YouTubers and Gromies, welcome back to the channel. You're tapped into There She Grows 420, and this is episode 3 of Veggie Tales. As you can see, we have additional germination of some of our seeds. We have our lettuce doing quite well. I'm seeing germination on our watermelon plants. The cabbage is coming up fairly well. I'm looking at the chives coming up. We do have the banana pepper sprouting, and I'm going to be honest with you, it looks like the collards are coming, but I'm not real sure if those are actually collards or those mystery seeds coming up through the not the compost, those mystery seeds coming up through the garden soil or container garden soil that I brought and mixed in with the compost, because they look almost the same as the broccoli and what's going on back there. So again, I'm not sure if those are collards or not. We're going to go ahead and give them some time and see if they are. If not, I'll be forced to visit Home Depot and or Menards and grab some actual collard starts. If anybody else has gone shopping for plant starts, I'm sure you are flabbergasted at the cost of plant starts. Gone are the days of being able to cop $1.50 or $2 plant starts. Some of them are upwards or averaging $5 per start. That is ridiculous. So with that, I did attempt to start most of my vegetables from seed this year. But again, collards are going to be a staple here. And so if these prove not to be those, I will have to go ahead and bite the bullet and go ahead and pay for that. If you guys are familiar with the plant starts or how they look, you can give me an idea if that looks like it is a collard sprout to you, or if I'm dealing with whatever is residual from the container garden soil that I purchased. Yeah, so again, this is where we are. The weather has been a bit rainy. Today was our first nice day, so I will be taking an opportunity here soon to go ahead and transplant these and get them out to the outside garden. Our zucchini looks like it is doing very well and healthy. I'll need to go ahead and replant or pop a few more seeds for Inez's okra. It looks like it didn't do too good in the storm that hit last night, but no worries, we still have time within the season. So without further ado, let's go ahead outside and check on the status of the starch that we repotted and put out there. All right, thank you for standing by. If you hung out till after the jump, you can see I do have a very large container here in preparation to transplant a lemon tree that I started from seed almost 12 years ago. She has yet to give me fruit. I'm hoping that we're lucky enough to get some this year, but it is time for her to be repotted. So I just have some citrus inoculants in that soil and waiting for one of the guys to come over and help me lift the heavy pot and get it replanted. So stay tuned for that. As you can see, our annuals that were planted from seed are starting to do very well. Most of these are marigolds and cosmos popping up. Nothing so far from the strawberry rootings that were in there. The crowns are exposed, but again, I'm thinking that that's those mystery seeds coming in from the garden container soil. So I'll make a note not to purchase that brand again. Same thing here. Also, the marigolds you can see very clearly coming up. Our sweet potato plants look like they're doing great. And even though my scraggly tomato plant is doing good, you can see that fruit is still ripening on the vine. I am a bit concerned with the organic Gala apple tree because she has not sprouted yet, but you can see the nodes that are on her. So I'm just wondering if she's like me and likes to sleep in. Going to give it a little bit more time to see if she decides to show herself. She did survive the winter, or at least I thought. So just keeping our fingers crossed for her. I have prepared some pottings here and left the cups inside of them in preparation to bring the starts that you saw earlier outside. Just going to wait for them to harden off. Our premier kale and spaghetti squash seems to be doing good. Beefsteak tomato, looks like I have more than one sprouting there, so we will wait a while and go ahead and separate that at least, or thin it out. Looks like it may be hungry. I may need to add some fertilizer already. We'll keep watch there. Placenta kale coming in slowly but surely. The garlic looks to be doing very great, even though I got a late start with it. Spinach, eggplant, cherry tomatoes, those are going to have to be thinned out. English cucumber and another cabbage coming in good. Nothing from our ginger so far. This is a piece of leaf that fell in. And our pots are looking somewhat dry even though we had a good rain last night. I'm sure below the top they are moist enough, but you do have to be careful with the fabric pots and water more frequently. Cantaloupe plant here. Happy to see that it's hanging on. Looking like it may have a little nitrogen deficiency too. So we may want to go ahead and add some nutrients. Inez's okra didn't do very well at all through the storm. Gonna see if she picks back up. I have gone ahead and popped a few more beans in there just in case. Still waiting to see which type of berry plant we have there, if that's a raspberry, a blueberry, or a blackberry. The snow peas seem to be hanging on. Also looking a bit yellowish. I'm thinking that it is definitely time to fertilize. Asparagus. Not sure if those are my asparagus seeds or again the mystery pop-ups. The second berry plant. Onions doing good, but again, not time to harvest until they flop over and you can see the bulbs from the bottom. But they are looking very healthy. Always able to come out and grab some of the tips. Get the same flavor in your soups and recipes. And again, another indeterminate tomato doing quite well. And just now starting to form some buds, I can see. And again, with the tomato plants, you don't need to have pollination. They can pollinate themselves. You just simply give a shake. And there is fruit on the vine that I'm now seeing that I wasn't aware of coming on our tomato plant. So they are doing what they do. Last but not least, our white tomatoes. Last but not least, our white potatoes. And I do see that the foliage has begun to sprout up. So we want to be careful about that, not overfeed, because we want to grow potatoes and not foliage. An experienced grower told me to be careful about that. When you're seeing a lot of foliage, you're not getting any root production. And by these being root fruit, you want to get root productions for the potatoes to grow and hopefully get some that are sizable and not the smaller starts that I got last year. So again, learning and growing. Gonna go ahead and back up and give you guys a wide angle shot of where we are. Everything looks a little messy and ununiform right now. That will change as the garden progresses. So again, hope that you'll stay along for the ride. Offer any tips or tricks in the comments section, or share with me a link to your channel or your video or your Facebook page and let me see what you're growing and how you're doing. With that being said, your girl, there she goes, 420, out.